All right, okay, just going to keep this short and simple, basically. You may have noticed over the course of maybe a year or two, or however long, that the LCD hinges starts breaking off, basically. So quite a common symptom is that the back panel will crack here. Okay, let me get the in view. Okay, same here. And replacement panels, hinges breaking off here. The crowns are coming off, so it's snapping out the crowns. Crowns are the little things where the actual screw sits on, like these little things. Okay, right, they break off. What's the reason behind it? Okay, I come across a lot of laptops right here that the hinges are over stiffened, over tightened here, basically, right, and here. So manufacturers don't give a monkey about how long this lasts, providing that it goes past 12 months, and absolutely will, because it's a new fresh plastic with these crowns and all the molding and everything, so it'll last that 12 months of beating. Also, as a wear and tear, and I'm not just only slagging off the manufacturer, that the as you close, open, and this and that, these can actually tighten up a little bit, stiffen up, I should say. Okay, and that can assist to the damages that what you suffer on the panel. So what's the quickest and easy fix? It's just simple, absolutely simple. Okay, yes, you've got to take the panel off, but all you do is just slacken those two screws by ever quarter 10. Just quarter 10, not like a full turn, quarter 10, little nudges, and see if it's gone a bit loose. Now, yes, this carries a little bit of a weight, so when it's actually on the laptop, it needs to hold its place, basically, and not dropping it back. This is where what I'm saying is that you sort of do these little turns slowly. Okay, so by default, this is literally, I don't know if I can show you, there's quite a lot of force I'm actually putting on to try and move this, and the reason why I'm pressing on this is that this force can very easily snap these crowns out of place, basically, and that is it. I have made repairs before in the past where I've had to drill screws through here and at the back to rebuild that section, basically, with busted glue on the inside, and then screws going from here on the other side, grinding off the screws, smoothing it off, and then just paint it, basically. So that's as far as I've taken things, basically. But I thought this is just ridiculously stiff, basically. Right, so I know I'm keeping repeating basically, right. Let me grab a pair of socket set and see what we can do with it. Right, okay. Not sure how many mil that is. Okay, so first thing first is that there's a bit of an obstruction here. There. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slacken the hinges, most probably, and I just hope that as I'm taking them off that the crown doesn't come breaking loose, because it has happened. This has happened in the past, basically, so I just hope that that doesn't happen. It is a bit of a work. I did say it's easy as if like taking the panel off and all that messing around, but the LCD's got to come off. Really looking forward to doing that. So if something's got to get done, then it's got to get done. I don't have to take it entirely. I'm just going to sort of raise it so I can access it. So see what I've done? Just raising it, basically. Right. So let's see how many mil this is. It's too big. That is, I think I'll go for the one below. That will be a 6 milli. And you're going to laugh out loud. It's a 5.5 mil socket, this is the second time I've actually come across with this, basically. So ratchets, these sockets are no good. They're going to go back on the shelf. I knew that this is going to troll, so I've got one of these set, basically, and this does have a 5.5 mil. Right, let's put this battery, see where 5.5 mil is. That's 7 mil, and I do know that I have 6 mil. That's likely to be 5.5. Yes, that is 5.5 right here. There you go. Okay, so Now I'm going to use my electric screwdriver, only because that this socket needs an adapter, and I'm not going to be running around looking for an adapter for this basically. So I'll attach it. Whoops, realize that this, let me just lock this up. Okay, sorry, I don't know if the image has gone out of thingy accidentally. Right, okay. And now what I'm going to do is I'm not going to use the drill. I'm going to twist it with my hand. All right. So it's if it's a left-hand hinge, okay, then you're doing an anti-clockwise turn basically. So a tiny little turn, and I think I have been mistaken that this is not taking 5.5 mil. So is it 6? That is interesting. That is very interesting. No way. Right, not to worry, because I don't quit. Never quit. Yep. Just give me a sec. Right, just need to get to the door for a moment. Right, okay. So where was I? This seems to just about fit. But what I'm finding it really strange about this is that why is it doing that? Let's try this. Ah, okay. So what's the difference between that and that? I have absolutely no freaking idea. Right, so I'll put this back. Pick them up for absolute next to nothing from Amazon. Right, it's about £6. I mean, bloody hell, that's just nothing that. Right, so that fits quite nicely. So all I'm going to do, as I said before, and I hope you're catching this, it's just a quarter turn basically, right? So that's that. Let's hold this down and move about and see. Still very stiff. We'll do another quarter turn. That's too soft. That's just like a little poke, so that's too soft. What I'm going to do is I'm going to a little. So normally I'd put the screws back in and test it that way, but just to hold it down on one thingy like that, flat, and let go of the panel and see if the panel would drop basically. If it drops, then it's too slack. You just need to sort of find the best tightness via that basically. But obviously I can't put the screws back on because I've got to take them off and put them back on and all this messing around. So hold it in place and just see if that would. Yeah, I think I'm quite satisfied with that basically. So let's put this back in its place. Okay, so this is going to go in. I suppose I can use this little spanner that's providing I've got the size and do it that way, but I'd rather make use out of those socket sets that I've got there basically. So that's that. Okay. How long has it been? Keep here on this for 10 minutes already. Wow. Okay, well I wasn't expecting that to be that long basically. Sometimes you do get carried away. Okay, so before it was absolutely immense amount of effort. Now look, just a little wiggle and it's moving. But the real test is here, once you've slackened them, is it actually holding the LCD in place just by one. So if one is holding and you slacken the other one, but the same tension is on the both side, it will most definitely hold the LCD in one place basically. Yes, it's dropping now as it goes towards the back because of the weight, but when you have this equal to the other side, this side, this, you know, the LCD will be staying in its place. So let's take these screws off. Normally use my electric screwdriver, but sometimes they can be a little bit of an overkill, and you know, it's funny enough that it didn't come in for this basically, but I was absolutely in a bit of a shock thinking how stiff this is. And it's always the computer guy gets the shafting basically. Oh, they must have done something, or something's not right, and all this business. So that this would be let's, okay, again, yep, let's feel this one. I think that's a winner there. I'm quite happy with that one. Now I'm going to put it back. Is screws back. What this will do is this will actually minimize the risks of panel breaking. The hinges are breaking off and all this business, basically, subject to not being dropped. If it's been dropped, then obviously that's something that's unavoidable, basically. So let's get in. Mate's just been around and dropped off some gloves, basically. 7 boxes of gloves, absolutely stunning. So I'm going to try them out later. As we know that it's very hard to get hold of gloves at the moment. Right, okay, so here we go. I think that's good enough, that. Right, so it is holding in place. Right, so what I'll do, put it down, push it down a little bit. Yep, it is holding in place. All right, even down. Let's take it further down. Yep, okay. So that's it. That's all you've got to do. It's just slacken those basically a little bit. Small turn at a time. Remember, just go around the screws and make sure that they're all tightened. That was loose. These are the ones I've worked on before, so let's... Here we are. That's it really. So I've got to put the panel face bezel back on, and we're good to go. You have to take the whole thing out, so let's get this underneath. All clip on. Back in the days, the laptops had screws, one here and multiple screws around the top, basically, just to those were the strong panels, basically. But the other problem is that these panels aren't cheap. Sometimes you'll pick them up for 20-25 quid, brand new 30 quid. Sometimes it'll cost you 70-80 quid, 60-70, whatever it is. It's expensive, trust me. So right, okay, so I think this is a winner. Absolutely brilliant. It's not as stiff as before, so I'm just really happy with it. Really happy with it. At least it's peace of mind that that this has been taken care of, because I don't like to leave things lurking around, basically, that something's about to go wrong eventually. That's not the way I do my job. It may cost me more time. That's perfectly fine, because I enjoy doing what I do. This is not just purely a job. It's a job and a hobby. This is why, and that's one of the reasons why I take my time in doing what I do. There's no rush and there's no time frame limit to certain jobs that I do, basically. When it comes to board level repair, there's no rule 10 minutes and 15-20 minutes rule. Right, for me, main objective is to get to the bottom of what the problem is and get it sorted if it can be sorted. Right, okay, but that doesn't mean I'll be on it for days and days out, basically. That's not what I mean by that, basically. But yeah, anyway, getting back onto this, that's how you resolve and take preventative measures on these hinges that have been over tightened and sent out to end users like you and I, by manufacturers. No name. You know what I'm on about. They're all the same. I'm not slagging off the manufacturers. They're all the same. So anyway, take care, guys. Have a great weekend, and I'll catch up with you on my next video. Bye for now.